located. Is there a fire over there?
A plane down in Fort Myers.
And the flames just got bigger and bigger, and there's black smoke everywhere.
Tonight, ABC 7 gets you more. With live team coverage as we uncover new details in the deadly crash, who was hurt, and what officials are now investigating.
It was like huge. We thought the building was on fire. That's how much smoke we saw.
Your news starts right now.
10-15 seconds after it hit, it had exploded pretty loud and engulfed in flames for a while, and it probably went off about 2 more times after that, and the flames just got bigger and bigger, and there's black smoke everywhere, and that's when the fire department showed up.
Witnesses describe the shocking scene along Metro Parkway early this morning as a plane crashes into a daycare building at the Chico's headquarters. And we've just learned in the last 90 minutes the pilot of that plane survived. His passenger did not. Good evening. It is your big story tonight. Thanks for watching. I'm Emily Burris. We want to start first with the moment of impact. Take a look at the surveillance video. You can see here we've enhanced it in the right corner of your screen. That is the plane. This was caught from a nearby business. It fell, losing altitude quickly, clipping some trees, and then tumbling into the Chico's building number 9 on their campus as it flipped over. We want to show you the smoky, fiery aftermath of this crash. ABC 7 was first on scene. I was actually driving down Metro Parkway just minutes after this happened this morning. I took the cell phone video here. This is as crews were just beginning to arrive on scene and put out the fiery crash that ensued after the flame hit that building. Investigators say this plane was a Piper Cherokee. It fell apart on impact, later bursting into flames. The only recognizable part tonight, the charred tail of the plane still suspended on the building's awning there. ABC 7 is getting you more on this plane crash. Our crews are live in the field covering all angles, including the very latest about the crash. We've just learned new details from NTSB investigators. But first, we begin tonight with ABC 7's reporter Chris Lovingood. He spoke with witnesses and nearby business owners who watched in shock as the plane went down. And he is live at that scene tonight along Metro Parkway. He joins us now with the very latest. Chris?
Emily, that witness and others I talked to are shaken after today's harrowing event. And that plane we showed that crashed today at that daycare, there it is right behind me. You can see it's still pretty damaged after what happened today. And that witness we spoke to
went
earlier
straight
was just
into the
away.
Chico's building.
A terrifying sight. A low-flying plane
It was horrible.
crashes into a Fort Myers daycare.
It was really loud. It was a loud boom.
We heard like a big, huge boom.
2 people were inside the plane. 1 person died. The other sent to the hospital. That plane had just left Page Field Airport. It traveled too close for comfort to Ashley DeRose.
It was flying very low. I would say it was maybe only like 20, 25 feet above my car.
She saw the crash happen right in front of her.
The top of the actual plane hit the top of the building, and it did like a flip, like a somersault, and then it hit the ground and set on fire.
This is video of the aftermath. Investigators can be seen removing the plane's propellers from the crash site. DeRose says she called first responders immediately as passersby scrambled to get to the crash victims, but couldn't.
Not far from the Chico building crash site is Cohen & Cohen Catering. A manager here says their building is not far from the flight path from Pageville Airport.
I was scared. I was grateful that it wasn't during the week, because that's where all the kids go.
Carmela McEachern finding it hard to focus on her work. Her mind is troubled by what could have been.
We have people that work here with us that fly in all the time. Could have been them.
We continue digging for answers as to how the crash happened, and crime scene tape is still up at this hour as the investigation continues. And of course, ABC 7 will work to get you more on what happened after today's tragic event. I'm live in Fort Myers. Chris Lovingood, ABC 7.
Chris, thank you. We want to continue our team coverage now. That plane took off from Page Field shortly before 8 o'clock this morning before it crashed just minutes later. ABC 7's Jesse Pagan is continuing our coverage tonight. He's been at this scene all day long. He's getting us more with the very latest information that we've just learned from investigators. Jesse?
Emily, the NTSB tells us their investigation will take about 2 to 3 days. The majority of the plane is now destroyed because of the fire you mentioned. You can see it. We've been showing it to you all day. The tail still dangling off of the building there, charred to pieces. The investigators will be looking into a lot of records, maintenance, what happened here, flight controls, and even dealing with the manufacturer of the plane to figure out what went wrong. bus ending in flames along Metro Parkway Saturday morning. All of it happening in front of Richard Waltman's eyes.
This is not happening. It's crazy, yeah.
Richard and his coworkers watched as a plane crash landed into this daycare building inside of Chico's headquarters.
I saw this plane going really low, and when he passed the trees, his wing clipped the trees, flipped over, hit the side of that building, did a somersault, landed in front, and blew up.
Surveillance video shows the impact. You can see on the top right of the screen the plane crashing into the building. The NTSB says 2 people were on board. The passenger died and the pilot was seriously injured.
He was staggering down the sidewalk.
About 10-15 seconds after it hit, it had exploded pretty loud and engulfed in flames for a while, and it probably went off about 2 more times after that.
The NTSB says the plane left Page Field just before 8 in the morning and tried to make an emergency landing on Metro Parkway. Now the agency is working to find out what caused the plane to fall from the sky.
It's got to be pretty rare. I don't know what the odds of that are. Seeing a plane crash, I mean, the airport is right there.
Lee County Sheriff's investigators will be handling the death investigation aspect of this entire plane crash. The NTSB also tells us that their preliminary report on this investigation will be out in about 2 weeks. Live in Fort Myers, Jesse Pagan, ABC 7.
Jesse, thanks so much. Well, right now, a lot of families are wondering tonight if the daycare center on Chico's campus will be open come Monday. We sent ABC 7's Ben Henry to find out if there's a backup plan in place for parents who are using this center. He is live tonight with an update on this part of the story. Ben?
I want to show you just how close the crash is to where these kids could potentially be playing if this would have happened on a weekday. You can see that the plane is still hung up on the canopy there, and below is where children might play outside. And because of that, many parents have commented on our Facebook pages saying they're thankful it happened on a Saturday when the kids weren't inside. One even mentioning they've been worried about the low-flying planes in the past. Now, our mast cam shows the damage. The plane crashed into the side of the building. You can see toys from the daycare among the wreckage. Many parents commenting saying it's a terrible sight. It's not known how many children or employees could have been in the building if this happened during the week. We reached out to Chico's to see what the plan is for this upcoming work week. A company spokesperson says they're telling parents they can do whatever they need for the time being, including working from home. Some parents did say they received an email about the crash this morning. Chico's also said that they'll be sending out an official email about the crash soon. Live in Fort Myers, Ben Henry, ABC 7.
Ben, thanks. We want to get you more on that statement from Chico's. We did reach out to them multiple times today. While they're not answering our specific questions right now, they do tell us they're still assessing the situation. They're doing whatever they can to assist the Sheriff's Department and other authorities in the investigation. ABC 7 is also giving you a glimpse inside the air traffic control tower just as crews realized there was an emergency. Listen in.
See that black smoke south of the airport? Yeah, we're aware. Any ideas what it is?
Know exactly what it is.
That's where my office is. This is my structure fire.
Right, again.
So that's where my office is located. Is there a fire over there?
Yeah, an airplane.
Are you kidding?
Gives you an idea just how close this was to Page Field. It could be seen there as pilots were taking off, wondering what was going on. Here is what we learned tonight about the plane involved. It's a Piper Archer Cherokee, a single-engine plane. We've also confirmed that it belongs to the Fort Myers Flying Club. They're also known as the Cub Club. That club on Danley Road in Fort Myers, members of the Flying Club there can rent planes. Tonight we've learned that Anthony Greco was piloting the plane when it crashed into the Chico's complex. Greco is the president of the Fort Myers Flying Club. Hospital staff tell us he's in good condition tonight. We've learned the passenger with him was also a member of the club. Other club members say the two were both experienced flyers, and tonight they want to know how this happened.
It's truly hard to describe how hard it is to have a crash or to lose a person. That alone is tough enough. All we can do is wrap our arms around one another and comfort one another.
Right now we're waiting on the sheriff's office to release the name of the passenger who was killed in this crash. We want to get you more now. Each year there are about 135 small plane crashes. To put that in some perspective for you, it's about 10 crashes a month. Many of these crashes happen because the pilot will lose control of the aircraft. Stay with ABC 7 on air and online as this story continues to develop tonight. We are continuing to uncover more details from witnesses and investigators on just how that plane went down. Plus, it's the latest feature on a popular messaging app. It's coming under fire for safety concerns. We're getting you more on how Snapchat Map works next here on ABC 7.
Rain and storms have developed across southwest Florida this afternoon. In fact, here's a look at the Naples area where heavy rain is falling right now. I'll track the storms for you, and we'll take a look at the forecast for your Sunday. It's coming up in just a bit.